All righty, you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff-bound New York Giants are taking on the 0-16 Dallas Cowboys. Why the Dallas Cowgirls 0-16? Because they suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all, is going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I thank you so much. Thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching a replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight, shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free, fire away, throw it in the chat box. I usually try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes. So if I see something in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free, fire away. And plus, instead of me just rambling on for like half an hour or so, it's nice just to talk to another Giant fan. So please feel free, fire away. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below is the top link in the description box. It takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. Second membership level is called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third one's called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean the world to me, and I thank you in advance. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, once again, thank you. If you're not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon. That way, next time I go live or put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. Once again, I can use all the support I can get, guys. So thank you. And then finally, in the description box below, there's 2 additional Facebook links. The top Facebook link takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's a group. Basically, I say this in every one of my videos. My YouTube channel, Facebook group, Facebook page is all called like the same thing, New York Giants, the Gridiron. That way, a moron like me, I can remember. It's like, what's my page? Is my group called different than the YouTube channel? It's all called the same thing. That really dumbs it down for me. But what are we at? We're at 3,600 people, over 3,600 members in the group. And it's like 7 days a week. Usually once I get done going live, I'll start putting stuff. I'll go up, maybe the next 2 hours or so, I'll just start putting stuff in the group and in the page, which I'm going to go over in a minute. And I try to get up to like about 10 different things or so every day in there if I can. It's whether it's a post, whether it's a picture, it's a video, something, I try to get much stuff, especially if it's something making fun of the Cowboys or the Eagles. Those are my personal favorites right there. I mean, that I absolutely love. It's 7 days a week. There's always stuff going in there, right? And then the other Facebook link, the second Facebook link, takes you to my page. It's Facebook page. Basically, it's called the same thing as the New York Giants, the Gridiron. I'm the administrator, so I'm the only one to post in here. But not only do I put stuff in there every day, but members post stuff in there every day. So there's a ton of stuff going in there all the time. But in the Facebook page, right? I'm the administrator. I'm the only one to post anything in here. What are we at? We're at over 1,500 people who like it. We're up to over 5,500 followers in the page. That's really doing good. And it's the same thing. I try to get up to like 10 things or so every day in the page. And I said, whether it's a post, a video, picture, something showing just some stats for a ball player, anything, all kinds of stuff. As I said, especially there's something making fun of the Eagles or the Cowboys. Those are my personal favorites. That's the reason why I exist on this planet, is to make fun of the Philadelphia Eagles. If I see that just makes me so happy. But basically, I don't really commingle. So for the most part, whatever I put in the group, I don't put in the page. Whatever I put in the page, I don't keep it put in the group. I try to keep the stuff separate. So there's different stuff, between the page and the group. I said every now and then, maybe I might see something that really makes fun of the Eagles, and I just want to share that with everybody. But I said, but other than that, I just try to keep the stuff separate. So if you go to the page and you like it and you follow it, and you go to the group and you become a member, there's a ton of New York Giants information every day. And like I say all the time, right? If you go to the page in your group, right? If you like and follow the page and you become a member of the group, if you're not 100% satisfied, you get your money back guaranteed. All right, all that stuff said and done. OBJ, hey man, what do you hate him? You despise him? You like him? You love him or whatever? You know, you gotta give the man some credit. I like what he was saying to Jalin Hyatt. Now I don't think there's any way in HELL hockey sticks that any of this is going to happen. But OBJ sends a message to Jalin Hyatt. Let's see. New York Giants rookie receiver Jalin Hyatt received a surprise video from former Giants receiver OBJ during last month's rookie premiere program that caused him to chuckle. In the video compilation, Beckham, around the 148 mark, jokes with a surprised Hyatt, "Don't break all my records on the rookie year," which causes Hyatt to chuckle. And that's not happening. I hope it does, man. That'd be unbelievable. But yeah, that's not happening. Beckham, the Giants' first-round draft pick. I mean, this is just how unbelievable. I mean, Beckham was. I mean, became the first rookie to post at least 90 receptions and 10 receiving touchdowns in the season. After he got 91 catches, 1,305 yards, and 12 touchdowns in only 12 games. He missed the first 4 games, and I think he had a hamstring. I mean, do you realize? I mean, if he had played all 16 games at this rate, 91 catches, that was about 7.5 catches a game. My math is correct. 72, 84 would be 7. Yeah, 7.5 catches a game. He missed 4 games. So at that rate, he would have caught another 30 balls. Just at that rate. That's all I'm going by. Now, of course, he could have caught more. We might have caught less, though, too, if he played 4 more games. Because it was the first 4. He was just maybe getting his feet warmed, wet. You know what I mean? So he quite possibly he may not have caught 30 passes in those first 4. I'm just going by at this rate. He caught 91 balls in 12 games. So I'm saying at that rate, he would have caught 120 passes on the season. Well, let's see, 13 was it be 400, 4. Wow. So he would have had like 1,750 yards receiving, 120 receptions, and he had 12. He would have had 60. Oh, we caught 1 touchdown pass a game. So he would have had 16 touchdown receptions, 120 receptions, and like 1,750 yards. I mean, yeah. Obviously, that's not what he had. That's what he would have projected out if he played all 16 games. Now, of course, now we're in a 17-game schedule. At that rate, he would have had almost 130 receptions for like 1,900 yards, and he would have had 17 touchdowns. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. That just goes to show you how just crazy, I mean, OBJ's rookie season was. Just unbelievable. It's just such a shame that, I don't know, whatever you want to say. Gettleman rode him out of town or whatever you want to, whatever. I mean, also, unfortunately, the injuries OBJ had, that derailed him a little bit and everything. It's such a shame. But what a freak that guy was. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But, I mean, there's no way. Says the stat line also set an NFL record for most receptions and receiving yards in a player's first 12 games, too. I mean, so we're talking records here, so there's no way. I don't think there's any way. See, Beckham also broke Giants franchise record previously held by Hakeem Nicks in receptions and yards and touchdown catches over the first 3 seasons. Beckham had 252 catches in his first 3 seasons. He had 3,670 yards and 33 touchdowns over his first 3 years, which also, once again, had some injuries in there. He missed the first 4 games of his rookie season. Right? And, of course, in that preseason game against the Browns, OBJ went and caught the pass. I can't remember the dude's name from the Browns. The moron went down low and injured OBJ, trying to take his I don't know if he took his knee or his ankle, going down low. OBJ came up limping, took his helmet off, threw it at the dude, threw it in the area of the moron from the Browns. So unfortunately, but I mean, there's no way. Not with the amount of guys the Giants have. There's no way. I mean, if anything, he'll. I could see. I mean, I don't think he's even come close to the 12 touchdowns. I said that would be, to me, that would probably be the only thing I could see him coming close to maybe doing, even in the 17-game schedule. I don't even see him coming anywhere near close to that anyway, because of all the weapons the Giants have. Now, as I said, we don't have a true number one, right? Now, it certainly doesn't mean Hyatt won't be a one, but I mean, the chances of him being just a straight up one, it's not highly likely, but stranger things have happened. That's for sure. But I don't. There's no way he's catching 90-something passes this year. I would be shocked if he caught over 1,300 yards, and I mean even the 12 touchdowns is quite a bit. I mean, I think, and that's in 12 games. I mean, so I think Beckham's records are probably safe for quite a while. It says Beckham was traded by the Giants after the 2018 season to the Browns in exchange for the first round pick, which turned out to be Sexy Dexy, right? Third-round pick used on edge rusher Oshane Ximines and safety Jabrill Peppers. Oh, that's where he went with the Patriots. Aha. There you go. So, we got ourselves a nice little haul for OBJ, but just a shame. Beckham, who has since had two ACL tears since leaving the Giants, is currently with the Ravens. Yeah, I mean, it's just a shame. But I mean, it just kind of goes to show you, I got to give him a little bit of love for OBJ. And as I was, most people love him. Obviously a lot of people want to bring him back and all that and everything, but don't break all my records in the rookie year. That's not happening. I said now with all the, I said with Waller, Saquon's going to be there as long as the guys stay healthy for the most part. With the ball going to be spread around quite a bit. I don't think there's any way in heck Hyatt's going to wind up like almost 100 catches this year. Just don't see that happening. He might have a nice game here or there or something. Maybe if he has a game with maybe a couple touchdowns here or there or whatever. But I think OBJ's records are pretty much safe. As I said, if he beats them, fine with me. But that's some uncharted territory right there. What OBJ was able to do. Then I saw Danny Dimes once again. I mean, his deep ball accuracy is, still right there. The problem is that they show in this one article is that he just did not do much of it all last season. I mean, you see some of these other guys. I mean, how much? I mean, also you start looking at also is that what the Giants have. To throw to, compared to some of these other guys. Daniel Jones, okay, let's not forget, it was his rookie season, I think it was. Daniel Jones, top deep passer in the NFL. No, it was his second season, I think it was. The top deep passer in the NFL last season, coming in at number one on the list, was the Giants quarterback Daniel Jones. This was after in 2020. In 14 games in 2020, Jones completed 62.5% of his passes, 2,943 yards and 11 touchdowns. However, his numbers improved significantly when throwing the ball down the field, pass attempts of 20 or more air yards. Now, this is 2020. So I mean, obviously, once again, nothing's changed. He was good back then. He's still good now. Let's see here. Below is the data released by Next Gen Stats, which looks at his completion percentage on deep throws, his expected completion percentage on said passes, and his completion percentage over expectation. Now, in 2020, his deep attempts, he was 19 out of 39, so almost 50%. 636 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. 134.3 passer rating. His completion, oh, my bad. It was 40. His completion percentage was 48.7%. I mean, very, very good. Let's see, Jones went deep just 39 times. Once again, just 39 times. Yeah, we're going to start looking at some stats from some of these other guys from last year. I mean, they doubled that, what Jones was doing. But we'll also start looking at a little bit of a theme here, too, is what some of these big guys who had deep ball success, a little bit of theme here that Daniel Jones does not necessarily have, and it's to Daniel Jones's favor. Let's see. They give me some of these stats, but his passer rating, 134.3. His passer rating on deep throws was the highest in the league, 134.3, and his completion percentage on such attempts, 48.7, was the fourth highest. So, I mean, it says Jones' improvement in this area from his first to second season is a good sign for his future, but is not the only reason why. I mean, as I said, but, you also look at, who he has to throw the ball to. Right? So now we go into the future here. So that was 2020. So we go into the future, right? Now we got, Daniel Jones. I think he came in at 7th. So we have ranking all 32 NFL stars by deep passing performance. All right. Geno Smith came in at number 1. Let's see here. He had 30 big-time throws, a percentage of 47.6, I guess, per completion percentage. He dropped back 77 times. Deep passing yards, 846 yards. I mean, that's a lot. Deep passing touchdowns, 14, which was first. Passer rating, 120.2, which is second. And his deep completion percentage is 47.6, which was fourth. But Geno Smith, right? I take Tyler Lockett away and take Metcalf away and let him throw to some second and third stringers and all that. Let's see what his completion percentage is, right? So, and then of course they put in Jigba in there. Now they drafted him, so my God, watch out. Then of course number 2 is Joe Burrow. Who's he got? Higgins and Chase and company, right? So that helps. Number 3 was Tom Brady. Right, if you want to call him the GOAT, offensive GOAT. So it's kind of hard to, Tom. It's kind of hard. Tom, he dropped back 77 dropbacks. He's had 745 yards on deep passes. Very, very good. Obviously, then of course, we have Tua, right? Tyreek Hill and Waddle, right? I mean, Then Patrick Mahomes. So Patrick Mahomes, but with Kelsey, but he had some nice weapons. Not he doesn't have Hill anymore. But what surprised me was number 6, Kenny Pickett. Very, very impressive. Kenny Pickett came in at number 6. Wow. I was shocked at that one. I wouldn't have thought that in a million years. But Daniel Jones is number 7. But if we look at some of these guys here, Geno Smith had 77 dropbacks. Joe Burrow had 64 dropbacks. Tom Brady had 77 dropbacks. Tua Tagovailoa had 61, and he missed some time. Patrick Mahomes, 77 dropbacks. Kenny Pickett, 54 dropbacks. Daniel Jones, 28 dropbacks. Then they have number 8 was Josh Allen. He had 83. Kirk Cousins, Minnesota, he had 72 dropbacks. Andy Dalton, he had 40. Davis Mills of Houston had 76. Dak Prescott, 49, and he missed some time. So we had a lot of guys. Trevor Lawrence, 73 dropbacks. Jalen Hurts at 65. And so Jalen Hurts, deep ball man and all that stuff, and he's ranked number 18. They gave him $852 trillion a year, and he's number 18 overall. Yeah. And he had DeVonta Smith and A.J. Brown to throw the ball to, and he's number 18. Yeah. Okay. Super special there. But Daniel Jones, just 28 dropbacks. My goodness. Absolutely. Like 1.5 a game. What are we doing? Hopefully that's going to change this year. Jones did not take many deep shots downfield last year. 23 attempts, tied for second to last. So he dropped back, I guess, 28 times. I get it. And he only threw it 23 of the times. I'm not exactly sure how that went, but he only took 23 attempts down the field. Big time. 23. A little more than one a game. Holy cow. Says good, but Darius Slayton was his only trusted downfield target. They sought to address that issue in the offseason by trading for Darren Waller after getting Jalin Hyatt, maybe Bryce Ford Wheaton, maybe somewhere down along the line, maybe. But let's not forget about Paris Campbell too. He's a small guy, but he's got speed. It's not, so maybe we can utilize a little bit of that speed. But just his dinking and dunking, it just makes things so tough. But once again, Daniel Jones, his deep ball, accuracy is still right there. What's up, Terrence? I hope so. I hope he's going to make people believers. I don't see him coming anywhere near OBJ's rookie records. I mean, those numbers are just like off the chart. In 12 games, what OBJ was able to do, that's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, if he played the whole season, his numbers would have been unbelievable. But I hope there's a video out that shows Steve Smith. He's talking about it's like a 44-second clip. It's on YouTube. I posted it in the group and the page. And he said, Steve Smith, he's like, Jalin Hyatt. He's like, I've never seen a guy wide open all the time. He's always open. He's like, on all the highlight reel, he's always open. He's not caught. I've never seen a guy wide open all the time. That's some funny stuff. I love Steve Smith, man. He had the attitude to be a wide receiver in this league, without question. So, but I mean, Jalin Hyatt's going to need to have a little bit of that attitude too. You can't be Mr. Nice Guy out there being a wide receiver, especially when you got these cornerbacks, 4 feet from you, ready to jam your head off, while you're trying to, get off the line of scrimmage and all. So hopefully we can get Jalin Hyatt in the slot a little bit. That would be nice, because that way he can't get jammed right off the bat. That would be good. Get him in the slot. So then, like possibly, if the guys can't jam him, the defender, if they're going to play man on man, not coverage, if they're going to play man to man, might have to back off a little bit, because if you can't jam him, you certainly don't want him running past you. So interesting to see where they put Jalin Hyatt at during the season. I'm sure they'll put him all over the place, especially out wide too. Because if you get him out wide, just take the top off, try to take the top off the defense. But his problem is, he's only going to weigh like 180, 185 pounds, maybe 190. And if he gets jammed, I'll have to wait and see how he reacts to that and all. But we got Jalin Hyatt with the speed. We got Darren Waller, who can draw attention as well too. And then we got Daniel Jones, who can throw the ball deep with deep ball accuracy. Let's do, we got to air the freaking thing out more. I mean, I think the Giants last year was just kind of like, let's try to scheme guys open. Let's try to move the ball down the field as best we can. Maybe we'll take a shot or two, maybe one or two, maybe during the game, but we don't want them standing back there too long under pressure, getting creamed. So let's just try to scheme guys open and march our way down the field and try to score some points that way. I think by adding all this speed, with Campbell and then Waller, and we got Slayton and Bryce Ford Wheaton and Hyatt, the speed that we got now, I think, and it's not, don't forget about, Wan'Dale Robinson too. I think we'll be able to take some more deeper shots down the field. So I'd love to see it. Now, obviously you're not going to be successful all the time, but you take 3 or 4 shots down the field per game. Daniel Jones is going to complete 1 or 2 of them, and not only that, but it really helps your success on a scoring drive without question. The chances of scoring a touchdown goes up immensely if you get a play of like 20 or 25 yards or more on a drive. It goes up immensely. I mean, just getting dinking and dunking and dunking and dinking and dinking and dunking all the way down the field for a 12, 13, 14, 15 play drive can try to consistently try to score a touchdown. It is so difficult without a penalty, throttling, canceling your drive out, or whether maybe a sack or somebody drops the ball on 3rd and 8 with the ball wide there and they drop it or something, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's so difficult. So difficult. So hopefully we're going to fill the airs with some more deep shots this year. We certainly got the speed for it, that's for sure. And if we ever wind up getting ourselves a number 1 wide receiver, that would help even more, obviously. Then, of course, then I've seen this, seems like every day there's like another day, there's like another trade going on for the Giants. I mean, of course, there was yesterday, the day before, it was Saquon to the Bears. Well, this one, so Danielle Hunter to the New York Giants. Of course, I guess the Vikings, they're trying to unload. They got rid of Dalvin Cook. I guess they're trying to trade Danielle Hunter, get something in return for him. But I mean, if the Giants could swing this, man, I'll tell you what, this would be I really wouldn't. I mean, the wide receivers we got, we could use a number 1, obviously, but we got so many of them. I mean, right now we got so many. If we're going to bring a 1 in, maybe do it next year or so, but we got so many, right? What we could really use would be, if we're going to bring somebody in, would be like a 3rd edge rusher. And I'll tell you, if they can work out a deal for Danielle Hunter, that would be fantastic. Fantastic. This is a fan-sided, says here. What do we got? New York Giants trading for Danielle Hunter would be just what the pass rush needs. Absolutely. Could Pro Bowl pass rusher Danielle Hunter be on the move? And a bit of a surprise, it was announced earlier this week that the Minnesota Vikings have been getting trade calls for the veteran playmaker. A fresh start could be on the way for him. He's not even 30 yet. With that said, the Giants fans have been taking to social media to call for general manager Joe Schoen to make something happen. Of course, the Giants already have Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon Thibodeau as their stars coming off the edge, but the group could definitely use some depth. Enter Hunter, a 6'5", 265-pounder. Absolutely. I mean, the problem is, I mean, you have your 2 edge rushers, which is great. But, I mean, there's times when the other team has the ball and they're driving, right, and they're on play number 9 or number 10 or number 11 or number 12, and you're trying to stop the run, and then you're rushing the passer, and then you're trying to stop the run and rushing the passer and rushing the passer, and play 9 or 10, you're going, we got Kayvon and Azeez Ojulari on the field. We're good with our pass rush. Well, no, not if they're, you want to bring somebody fresh in. You bring somebody fresh in, now you're talking, because the reason why that helps is because the offensive line, they don't rotate the offensive linemen. The 5 offensive linemen, for the most part, those are the 5 guys that are marching down the field, kicking your butt, trying to score a touchdown. They're not rotating. So obviously as the defense is getting tired, the offensive lineman's getting tired too, right? So, I mean, if you can bring somebody in like with Danielle Hunter off the bench just for 3-4 snaps or so each drive, or put him whatever, two snaps, 3 snaps for Azeez, 2-3 snaps for Kayvon, put him in there for 6 snaps. I mean, that way keep everybody relatively fresh. Now you have fresh edge rushers trying to crash in off the edge against maybe some tired offensive linemen. Getting that 3rd edge rusher, it'd be huge, especially, I mean, if Azeez winds up getting hurt again, or Kayvon, he got injured in the first couple of games, unfortunately, because that was that low block that he took in preseason. But getting a 3rd edge rusher would be fantastic. I don't see it wind up happening, but it says even with some injury concerns, there should be a long list of teams interested in Danielle Hunter with a major extension a necessity. Yeah, smart team would agree to it as a condition of the trade. It says, I don't know. I'm not sure if these are the teams that contacted or should contact. They got the Giants, the Broncos, the Texans, Bears, Panthers, Falcons, and Saints. That's a long list there. It says there's no question that the pass rush could use some help before the 2023 season arrives. As good as Thibodeau and Ojulari are when on the field together, injuries prevented the 2 from working together on a consistent basis. Oh, yeah. In 2022, Ojulari appeared in just 7 games, making 5 starts. Yep. Ojulari missing more than half of the campaign was rough to see. He's looking healthy these days, but imagine if similar issues pop up in 23. As I said, we got Jihad Ward, Oshane Ximines, Toman Fox, Ellerson Smith, and we have Baldonado, right? So, we might have maybe have Ryder Anderson, get him some snaps out there. Right, Hunter is a 3-time Pro Bowler, including earning the honor last winter. With the Vikings looking to potentially trade him, it could only take a pair of mid to late round picks for him. I don't know, a 4th and a 5th. They're talking about a pair. So the Giants would need to get creative with the salary cap and extend him to lower that number. But we've seen Shane work his magic before. And he said, especially if we can do something with Saquon and knock his salary cap down from 10.1 down to like 5 or 6, if we could get some type of a long-term deal done. That way we can have Hunter in here. We can have Saquon in here, all under the salary cap. Says several teams are surely interested in trying to land Hunter, and he's a beast working in the trenches. He's the kind of talent who could really flourish working with defensive coordinator Wink Martindale. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, he had 10.5 sacks last season. They say injury concerns. 2021, he missed 10 games. They played 17 games, and he played in 7 games. But if you look, 2015 was his rookie season. He played in 14 games. I don't know if he missed 2 games because of injury, but the next 4 seasons, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, he played in every game. 2017, 18, and 19, he played in and he started all 16 games. 2016, he played in 16 games. He didn't start in any games in 2016. He had 12.5 sacks. That dipped down a little bit in 2017. He only had 7 sacks. 2018, he had 14.5 sacks. 2019, 14.5 sacks. Last season, he had 10.5 sacks. Let's see, where are we at here? Last year he played pretty much a bowl. He played 966 snaps. So he played a ton of snaps. 2021 he only played 384 snaps. He missed a bunch of games. But still, his defensive grade last year by PFF was an 87.1. 2021 his PFF grade was an 80.8. 2019 his PFF grade was an 89.0. Last year his coverage grade was an 84.6. His pass rush grade last year was an 80.9. So, is he 28? 28. Okay, right around Halloween, he'll turn 29. So he's still got stuff left in the tank. He was only injured one season. Once again, he's going to require, obviously some money. But what is it this year? His cap hit this year is $13 million. His cap hit in 2024 looks like it's $11 million. And then I'm not sure. Look, he's an unrestricted free agent in 20. Okay. He's unrestricted free agent in 2024. So I guess maybe those are void. Oh, it's dead cap. It's all dead cap money. I guess they extended his contract or something. So he's owed like $11 million next season, but I don't know if that's the Vikings are going to wind up having to pick that up or exactly. I'm not exactly sure how that works out, but he's looks like he's an unrestricted free agent after this season, after 2023. But he's owed by $13 million this year. But that could be something if you go obviously if you're going to give the Vikings a 3rd rounder, just say, and a 4th rounder. Well, the Vikings might pick up, say, $10 million of his salary. I'm just throwing numbers out there. If you give the Vikings a 4th rounder and say a 5th rounder, well, the Vikings might only pick up $6 million of his salary. So obviously the lower, the better, the nicer the draft picks you give away, the more money that they might absorb. So you might only need to take a, maybe $5 or $6 or $7 million or so of his salary this year, maybe. But so it looks like he's an unrestricted free agent after this season. It's in 2024 and 25 years automatically void. Okay, so they're voided years. Okay, they're void years. So, but I mean, once again, sure, it's not going to happen. Without question, I really highly doubt that that Shane's going to want to picking the phone up and calling the Vikings and making a trade. But hey, they did with Darren Waller. Anything's possible. But I think, if they're going to really try to bolster anything, getting a third edge rusher would really, really be nice. I said we got a lot of guys, but we don't have somebody in there that could take the place of Azeez Ojulari or Kayvon Thibodeau and get the production that we can bring a Daniel Hunter in here. That would be absolutely fantastic. I said you got guys who can hold down the fort. But what kind of production you're going to get out of a Toman Fox and Ellison Smith? I don't know about Baldonado. We're not sure. Hottie, you're not going to get much out of him as far as sack production. If you can, rotate those guys, have the three guys, man, that would be fantastic. And especially if somebody would get injured, like if Azeez winds up once again getting injured, and he has to miss some time. Well, now you have Kayvon Thibodeau and you got Daniel Hunter. Now you still have two good edge rushers. If you got three edge rushers who could possibly get double digits in sacks, man, that's not only that. We secured up for the most part, we did a decent job securing up the inside interior linebacker position, but then we solidified the front. Right, with now we got Sexy Dexy, we got Leonard Williams back, right? At least for this year, but we got Ashawn Robinson, Nunez Roches, so that would really, really be good, really be good. If we're going to add one more piece, I'd like to see it be an edge rusher, but wish and hope and pray and all as much as you want, but chances are it's probably not going to happen. But once again, I'm sure Shane's calling. But it has to make sense to him and everything. But it would also cost some money too, which the Giants unfortunately don't have a ton of right now. They said if they can ever get something done with Saquon, which we have got about 5 weeks left, somewhere in that, to get something done with Saquon. If we get something done with Saquon, take his $10.1 million cap hit this year, and we can knock that down, and the Giants can wind up hopefully coming up with another $4 or $5 million in cap money this year, maybe to sign somebody like that. But as I said, once again, is it going to happen? Probably not. But to me, if we were going to add one more nice juicy piece to the puzzle, I'd like to see be an edge rusher. That is what it is. Well, guys, it's been almost 38 minutes. Terrence, as always, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Greatly appreciate it. So whoever spent any time at all watching me, thank you. If anybody spends any time at all watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.